What mind-blowing, but simple facts would satisfy a 4-year-old daughter's daily request for one fact before bedtime. Most people have more than the average number of arms. A day on Venus takes longer to complete than a year on Venus. How? It simply takes longer for Venus to do one complete rotation around its own axis than it does for the planet to rotate around the sun. Edit. From my memory I believe it's only like 10-15 days difference. But still an interesting fact. Another fun fact is aluminum used to be such a precious metal and so expensive that the top point of the Washington Monument is made of pure aluminum. At the time of construction, that aluminum would be about like capping it with platinum today. Otters have skin pockets for their favorite rocks. The name for the Arctic comes from the ancient Greek word for bear Arctus, named after one of the constellations Ursa Major Big Bear or Ursa Minor Little Bear, but there are bears living there too. So basically, the Arctic is called bear, and the Antarctic is called not bear. Edit. Slight fact correction. Thanks you Wolfie Rampant. Cashews come from a fruit. A Siamese cat's fur color is dependent on its body temperature. That's why the colder areas of the body such as the nose, paws, and tail are darker than the rest. Most elephants weigh less than a blue whale's tongue. Some species of burrowing spiders keep teeny tiny frogs in their burrows to keep it free of bugs too small for the spider to get that might try to eat the spider's eggs. This means that tiny frogs are spider cats. From the time Pluto was discovered until the time it was demoted from planethood, it still hadn't made one complete revolution around the sun. In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig. If you have any, you have to have at least 2. They get lonely. Bees tell their friends about good nearby flowers by dancing. I once told my son that there was a scientist for everything. So we started a tradition where he'd pick something to see if there were people that studied it, and I'd give some age appropriate examples of what they do. Edit. Thank you for the silver. Might suggest the study of metals and alloys and when we use what kind. He's always talking about the different eras of human history: primitive age, modern age, future age etc. So it'd be a good seg to Iron Age, Bronze Age. Editing again to add, since it's been mentioned in so many replies, apparently the podcast Arloges is like this. May not have the most family friendly vocabulary, but I don't know, I haven't listened to any of it. A lot of the TV or internet video she watches comes via undersea cables. There's an island in Japan, populated only by fluffy bunnies. The building in the world with the most toilets is Wembley Stadium. Cows get excited when they solve puzzles. The filling in a Kit Kat is broken up Kit Kats. One time a guy ate an aeroplane. It took him several years, but he did it. The little jump guinea pigs do when they're happy is called popcorning. When a cat walks towards you with its tail up, that means it likes you and is excited to see you. Elephants have a noise that means there are bees here, let's leave immediately. They played golf on the moon one time. I will add more if I think of them. What topics does she like? Brigadier Sir Nils Olav is a king penguin. He is Colonel-in-Chief of the Norwegian King's Guard, as well as the mascot. He currently lives in the Edinburgh Zoo in Scotland. Pineapples are a collection of berries. Giraffe tongues are black. Kangaroos can't walk backwards. Edit. I wanna make it clear that I have no idea who Daniel Tosh is, and when I say walk I mean hop. Horses are more closely related to rhinos than to deer. When a bee is chosen to be the new queen, they are given a special type of honey that completely changes their bodies. Kind of like how a Pokemon evolves. Super simplified, but it's still pretty cool to think about. Chocolate was once used as currency. By the Aztecs, more accurately, cacao beans were used. Worms have 5 hearts. The surface of Mars is covered in rust, making the planet appear red. The red food coloring carmine that's used in a lot of candy is made up of a kind of beetle. There's a train station in Japan that has a cat station master, currently Nutama. Cows have best friends and get stressed when separated. Tomatoes were once thought to be inedible, since they're in the same family as nightshade, which is poisonous. Cause I got a lot of comments at this one. Tomatoes' acidity interacted with lead plates, lead poisoning. Check out UN0V494's comment. Apples float but pears sink. Apples float because they are 25% air. Wombat poop is cube shaped. Hippopotamus milk is pink. Some fish cough. Don't eat too many carrots or your skin will turn orange. That happened to my own daughter. Some frogs will glow when they eat fireflies. Before 1913 parents could mail their kids to grandmas through the postal service. Tigers have striped skin. It takes a little over 8 minutes for the light from the sun to get to Earth. There are more stars than there are grains of sand on all the beaches in the world. Cows can walk upstairs, but they can't walk down. Fact: a curious 4-year-old can never be satisfied with one fact per day. Whales are closer to cows than to sharks. Edit: y'all are hilarious, and sh4. I think mom dad will deal with genome later. A polar bear's skin is black. Wow, gold, thank you so much. Birds poo and pee from the same hole at the same time. A platypus lays eggs and has milk, making it the only mammal that could in theory make its own custard. Ask her to give you one fact in exchange of one fact. This will encourage her to learn more and try to meet the daily one fact before bed. It rains diamonds on Saturn and Jupiter, other planets. Billy goats wee on their heads to smell better for the lady goats. Owls cannot be choked. Making pennies cost more than their actual value. Male seahorses carry the baby in their tummy instead of the mommy. Lobsters were considered disgusting and low-class food, to the point that feeding them to prisoners too often was considered cruel and unusual punishment. Also, they're basically just big sea roaches. A woodchuck belongs to the family of ground squirrels.